Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ace of Spades coming at you late night. Late night. Late night, motherfucker. And why are we on late night? Because I get a call from my boss about 5:45 today saying, you know what, Mick? We're going to be shutting down for the rest of the week, so you're going to be doing 7 to 3:30. So thanks so much for the heads up there. You know, so I have plenty of time to adjust my plans, you know? But what are you gonna do? So it's bad enough my hours of sleep are all fucked up already. Now they're really gonna be wacky. You know, I'm drinking coffee now like I would be if I was heading to work. So it is what it is. But this show tonight's like off the cuff. I've been noticing a lot. Tucker Carlson, bro. When did this fucking guy become such a badass? I mean, I know he was always on Fox Network, MSNBC, those news channels. And I know he spoke his mind, and um, I know he was a pretty cool dude, pretty liberal. I know he's involved in program as far as AA stuff like that. And he's got a ton of years clean. Um, which to me, I know it's like, oh, why do people have to say that? Well, because when I say something like that, to me, that dude knows what pain truly is. You know, anybody that's been through something like that um, knows what misery, pain, suffering, feeling like your insides are torn out, walking around like a raw nerve. So, that's why I always mention that. When I hear something about that, I gain a little bit, it just gives me a little bit of more of a, pop my head up a little bit and say, what's up with this dude? But I'll tell you what, I got a clip. It's about 6 minutes long. I might skip through a little bit of it, but I truly don't want to. I mean, that's how good it is. And he's right, and he's so on money, and it's about what's going down in this nation in this country, and if things don't, if Trump does not win in 24, we are fucked. Okay, I can't see him not winning in 24, but crazier things have happened. We all know, what controls, our votes don't mean dick, it's something that they go by. It's those Skull and Bones in Yale University and all those other places where the rich people that really, the guys that own the banks, those kind of cats, right? J.P. Morgan, Pfizer, those badasses, they run the show. Bill Gates, he runs the show. Okay, these guys that sit in office are just pawns. They're just out there, to look pretty. Fucking Biden bumping into shit, falling off fucking can't even get off goddamn stairs. But let me just show you what's going down real quick. This is great. You're gonna dig this one with this Tucker. This might be controversial, but fuck it. That's what this show is. Oh wait, you know what I want to do? You missed that. You see him tapping right there? See my boy, he's got that little tobacco thing in there. That's why she said you go upper deck or lower deck. I think it's something that helps you try to quit smoking cigarettes, like a nicotine gum, but it's like a pouch. So this dude was this dude was, he wasn't a punk. He was smoked a ton, drank a ton, but he got his act together fairly young. I think he said he's got like 27 years clean. So he probably noticed he had a problem during college and caught it quick. God bless him. But all right.
Speaking, Vivek Ramaswamy briefly mentioned the issue of large influx of illegal immigrants coming to America and how it is affecting our economy and everyday Americans and everything that we do. And his solution for this was to send back all illegal aliens. So I wanted to present to you the circumstance that I have seen that has affected me in the state of Texas, where there are children that come here with their families at a very young age when they're not old enough to make that decision to come here legally or illegally. So while they're here, they're subject to the jurisdiction of the American government under public education systems. They receive their education here, and they are influenced by our culture here, and this is the only language and experience that they have in society. So with them being sent back, it would obviously be detrimental for them. So what is your opinion of this, and how would you handle that situation?
Well, I would say just the obvious point first, since they call me Captain Obvious, that whenever you move large groups of people from one place to another, particularly if they don't want to move, there's a lot of suffering. That's true when people come here illegally. Ask anyone who's made it to the Darien Gap, a lot of people die. Most women are raped. I mean, the whole thing's a disaster. Mass movements of people are bad, okay, in general. So there's that. If you did that, you would cause some suffering. No doubt. It's gone on too long. On the other hand, I don't really see how we have a choice. Because how can you say you're a nation of laws if people from other countries don't have to obey your laws? And you really can't. And I really don't know what to say. I mean, if I break the law, or if you break the law, especially now that they
This fucking thing is glitching now.
found out you came here, you're going to be held to that standard ruthlessly. I mean, I have a friend, Peter Navarro, is about to go to prison for not responding to a subpoena from Liz Cheney and her fake committee. Hunter Biden does. It's like totally cool. It's Hunter Biden is cool. So yes, if you want to restore the country to where it needs to be, which is a fair country, fairness is the goal. Okay, fairness, which means universal principles universally applied, then you have to be serious about your laws and probably need far fewer laws. We could probably get rid of 99% of laws. I've got a lot of kids. I don't have a lot of laws in my house. Can't smoke weed at the dinner table or whatever, the obvious ones. I don't need a law for that. So, but anyway, the point is you degrade your country and its justice system when you allow tens of millions of people to break the law without punishment, okay? The second thing I just know from traveling a lot is that I'm not sure how it helps any country to have its most ambitious people leave. And the funny thing, if I can just say, about American liberals is they're so convinced that their system is superior. They're like, well, of course, anyone living here in some depressing suburb of Houston on food stamps has a much better life than someone in El Salvador. Well, actually, I've been in El Salvador a lot. It's pretty great. And I'm not convinced it's the worst place to raise your kids right now, to be honest. But more to the point, how is that compassionate? Syria had a civil war, and almost every single doctor in Syria left and went to the West. Oh, a new life for the doctors. Well, what about people who still live in Syria? They don't have any doctors. And if you talk to anyone who runs one of these so-called third world countries, some of which are pretty nice, I got to be honest, they're a lot better than downtown LA. We're always like, oh, it's so third world. Really? They have none of that in El Salvador. None. There's no one on the street. They have families. Like, it's embarrassing to have your relatives beg. They have no murders. Like, the third world is not, I mean, everyone should visit just to, like, give you a little bit of perspective on, say, Baltimore. But if you talk to people who run these countries, they're like, all the people with the most ambition take off. Like, that's terrible for us. We're losing a whole generation. The brain drain is real. And so, like, why doesn't, if I think most immigrants now are not from Latin America. They're mostly coming from Africa and the Middle East, some from Asia.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that helps Liberia, or more likely Nigeria, for everyone to come here. It definitely doesn't help us at all. And there's no justification for it economically at all. And by the way, this country is so big and so spread out that most people have no idea what's going on in it. But I would just, I honestly, if you have a free day, drive 500 miles in one direction, stay in a motel, and drive back. And tell me what you see. Is that the country you remember? There's garbage on the side of the road. There are people living in the bathroom at the hotel. Really? It's scary. Like, how did that happen? And how did we know it was? Why didn't we know it was happening? So I just think we're in an actual crisis. I think if we deported a single person, it would be sad for that person, probably. But we don't have a choice. Yeah, Nikki Haley. No, Nikki Haley isn't real, as I told you at the outset. She literally isn't real. You've never seen her walk by a mirror. The whole thing's a hologram designed by Republican donors. By the way, the marvelous thing about Nikki Haley is she gets so much attention on television. I don't have one, but apparently she's on television like every commercial break. When we come back, Nikki Haley. And like, there's not like 27 Republican primary voters who aren't billionaires who support her program. It's insane. She's running on things that are completely irrelevant to Republican primary voters. Just look at the polling. And yet she persists. You don't want to live in a society where every politician has to have a personal billionaire backing his campaign. Where every cultural movement has to, because what is that? That's an oligarchy. And do you want to live in one? That's Russia, right? Russia, it's an oligarchy. Okay. They don't have freedom of the press.
He's unbelievable, man. He is unbelievable. I'll tell you, he makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. He's right. Any kind of mass movement of people, there's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be crazy. It's not gonna be simple. It's not gonna be simple. They said there's 7 million unidentified, unknown immigrants running around right now as we speak. Doesn't mean they're all terrorists, but we don't know who the hell they are. Okay? And this is what this is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. You know? And you got that professor. What happened 2 weeks ago? Professor comes in, blows away a couple people because he couldn't get a job. What have I been saying for months, along with a lot of other people? Take the veterans that are either homeless or aren't working at all. You give them a physical, make sure they're mentally stable. Right? We put the rifle back in their arms. You get 6 or 7 per school, K to 12. I don't give a fuck. Okay, put 2 or 3 in the front, 1 on either side, 2 in the rear. Nobody's running up with a piece to do any kind of fucking school shooting. Okay, so you'll end the school shooting. You'll be giving homeless vets that don't have a job and money. Okay, but no, it's too easy. Just like this next one I want to show. Um, this is almost like it's almost like a joke to me. Uh, this shit's just crazy now. I'm not sure if you guys seen this today. Um, but It's almost like a waste of time, right? Check this out. They okay.
From Fox, we appreciate everyone continuing to join us here. We are in some breaking news right now out of
Breaking news,
Houston.
right?
Viewer discretion heavily advised of a stolen big rig chase that has ended, but the suspects still not wanting to come out of the
Okay.
truck here. And you can see that they have special police activity right now with SWAT team members engaging at this windshield right now. And you can see there
And
that the police are right on top of this situation. And I say again to you, viewer.
now listen, man, we've been watching this for what, 30 seconds now? They're engaging the windshield. Fuck the windshield. But you got a robot right there, right? Next to the passenger side. You know how much that thing's worth? Okay. You got an armored goddamn truck. They call it the Bearcat or whatever. Nose to nose with this. The guy's in there. Um Apparently this has been going on forever. Uh, you know, wheels are done. Guy can't move. Um, he's stuck in the cab. Okay. Now with all this training and all this shit that we got, why are we dicking around with this guy for hours on end? Or even if it's an hour, it's too much. Okay.
Discretion is heavily advised. This is a live,
They tried to
raw,
open the
and
door with the
unfiltered
robot.
feed that is going on
Then they finally
right now. To the side, to the left of your screen, they're right by the door of
they ripped by the door.
the truck here. You can see, well, now they're
Out to to the left, you'll see some guys with a pair of balls come up. They finally crack the window and they throw smoke in there. Okay,
fading away.
to get this guy out. Let's see.
Inside of that armored vehicle, we have several other members of the SWAT team there as well.
But still,
So they are
still
looking to
haven't
bring
done
this
it. They're
thing
still
to an
dicking around.
end as peacefully as possible. But
Right?
this has been
Peacefully
everything
as
but.
possible.
As
Fuck
this
outta
began
here.
as an officer
Now they
simply
take
trying
the
to do,
tank
okay,
in
here
like
we
that,
go.
right? Boom. They should have done that an hour
This is
ago.
another piece of machinery being used. We've seen this used
I mean, that was like
on
in
houses
Waco,
and front doors before, as we've covered this.
right?
SWAT team now moving in,
Boom.
throwing in
Smoke,
another
smoke
foreign
them out,
object,
whatever.
potentially
I
a
don't know what
gas of some
happened because
sort to try to get this person to.
I'm not gonna sit here with my dick in my hand
Are you sick
and
of
see
having
what
issues with your
happens.
webinars, wasting
But
tons of time
I
on
mean, this is
troubleshooting with
I mean, with the
attendees?
Escalate
common
any more than it
sense,
has.
Abigail, this is Anthony. Have you got
common
a chance
sense
to
in this
see
country
anyone just kind
has
of maybe
gone
working
to
at some of these
hell, man. I
businesses
mean,
nearby, or have you
the
had a chance
common
to speak
sense
to
of
anyone that you
balls.
may have seen that's
Everybody's a
not
pussy.
associated with the active investigation,
Nobody
but more
wants
so
to do
just a
anything
witness?
to get themselves injured or hurt,
Anthony, not at this point. I mean,
or
I'll show you what I can see
get
here.
the job
Obviously,
done.
right here is a hotel.
You know, I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on. I really don't. I really do not.
You couldn't care less.
You
Cunt
know?
was okay.
Yeah.
Pussy was
Yeah,
really hard.
That's
to do.
crossing the line.
Yeah, that's
It is.
crossing the
Really,
line.
really
It
don't
was
know what's
just so
going on.
funny,
So you
but
know
they
what I
be at
do? I
all
watch
my
the
shows. They
right.
be at all the arenas.
And my
You know,
man,
they
right?
see my thing was
Me and my
Bill
man
Burr
Dookie
talks about
Amboy
you giving him
going to
encouragement
see
when he
him
was
on
playing the
13th, I
some
think.
big events that you called him up and told him to. Oh, when he was
You know,
right before he
he
played
made
the
a little
Green
comeback.
Monster, you
It's
know,
not like
in Boston. He was
the
going to play his stadium.
well, Bill, all
boogie
right.
style,
Bill has
all that
lit
sick
the
shit.
fuse again for me.
He moved on. He grew
See,
up. Just
I've been
like that.
going through,
Howard
as you
Stern
get older,
grew
you
up a
go through
little bit.
different things. And,
You know?
I didn't do an arena till recently in 23 years. I went back to the Garden in 2000. I did the Beacon Garden October 20th, 2000, and the Garden again October 26th, 2000, and sold that out again.
Weren't you doing something with Guns N' Roses recently?
Wait, let me tell you what happened.
Oh, what happened?
Oh,
So
really?
I'm sitting in my apartment in New York with Sugar Plum, all right?
Sugar Plum.
And yeah,
Sugar
about the
Plum.
biggest I would go is, I don't know, 2,000 seats in this day and age.
Right.
That's what I'm comfortable in front of.
Right.
Not that I can't do more.
Right.
But
No, you can do
that's
more.
what I've been, I went through a little heart attack when I was 60.
Are you okay? I didn't
Yeah,
know
I'm
that.
fine. And
What happened for a second?
I didn't even realize I was having one. I lucked out.
I'm not laughing at
What
that.
happened?
I'm laughing.
You have a pain?
No,
I thought Dags was having a heart attack last night.
I a nerve in my neck from exercises with my arms, but it wasn't that. You know, I don't even want to get into it, but it was an actual heart attack. So,
It was too
that's when I
much.
quit
You opened it
smoking
off.
again,
You opened it off
and
too much.
just
This fucking
training. I
guy.
just
Who's the
love
boss?
exercise is my hobby. I don't do sports, but I love exercise. And so, my agents who I've been with forever,
Dennis?
Dennis and Pete Papalato, and
Papalato.
now they just merged. I actually forget the name of
Your
the agency because they merged
matter.
with APA. So I'm just with them all
Oh.
together. So, but Pete, who's been the main agent for years now, it really watches my back. So he goes, look, these rooms I'm putting you in, you'll be comfortable, all of that stuff. So, but I still have that thing in me because I geared myself, and I got to give you some credit in a second, to be a concert performer, not a club guy. I would be bored with club comics. You know how you're all over the stage when you perform?
Right.
Most comics aren't. They stand there like stick figures. I'm bored in 5 minutes. I change the channel.
Right.
But this, you'll like hearing this about your father. So, when you're younger and you're developing material, sometimes a thought pops in your head, you do it. So I'm doing this thing, and when I did it, I realized it's not mine. And I was really close with your mother and father, and we
I'm
go
Howie.
for what's that?
Howie. I'm Howie.
No, Howie,
We knew
your
who he was
father.
No, I just.
Howie and Terry. Your
Yes,
your
got
mother.
it. He was
Okay.
talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that.
Hey,
You're talking to
the
me.
truth is back there.
You're talking to me.
No, okay. Talk to her. Go ahead.
You're talking. So anyway, I come off the stage, and here comes Howie, aka your father, and he goes,
How-
Dice,
you father.
you did some of my stuff. So I go, no, I know, And he goes, what do you mean? I go, I didn't mean to do it, but I was too far in. And he
was stealing material. We're stealing material. They don't like that shit. They don't like it. Don't steal material, people. They don't like it. Right? They don't like it at all. So anyway, like I was saying, Dags, I was shooting the shit with Dags. I think it was 2 nights ago, a night ago. And I'll tell you what, man, I don't know what happened. He must have found the Quaalude or some shit, but man, my boy was out for the count. I think he ate too many ganoles for the holidays, or him and Uncle Randy did you know, too many shows, too many of the La Familia Dags for show that they got going on now. Make sure you guys go check that out. It should be a good one. See a couple sausage fingers, fingering dough, like they're 12. Anyway, that's my thing. Well, I just needed to get that. Tucker Carlson, man. Tucker Carlson 2028. I'm calling it. 2028 Tucker Carlson. I call it. Okay? He's the next one. He's the next one. I didn't know he was so hip on this shit, but my man knows his stuff. I tell you what, he knows his stuff. He knows his shit. So what else we got going on up here today, guys? I don't know. I'm fucking like I'm not even tired. Like I should be out. I don't know what time it is. Oh, it says it here. Yeah, I should already be a half hour into work, but I'm not. I'm over here roping one off with you guys. I'm bored out of my mind. Probably about to go smoke a fucking half a pack of cigarettes. Look at clips on my phone all night. You know? But hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve. Everybody have a good Merry Christmas, New Year's Eve, right? I'm sure everybody already broke their New Year's resolution, right? I did. I said I was only going to go up to 25% on my indica at the dispensary. And I fucked up, man. I went 27.3% on the THC. But what are you gonna do? Coffee, cigarettes, right? A little recreational, legal marijuana use. It's the best. Anxiety. I got gout, sleep disorder, all fucked up in the head. That's it, man. If it's legal and I'm allowed to do it, I'm doing it. Okay? As long as you don't do it when you're working, you do it when you come home and when you're relaxed, all your shit's done, and just when you sit back, you showered, you clean up, sit back like this, put your arms up. Ah, yeah, See, I don't smoke in the house, so, I'd show you, but I sit back and burn. Sit back and burn. I just switched over storage facilities um, a couple days ago, man. I'll tell you what, I built a table in there, like a little workbench, and I was trying to get over there today to do it, but I thought I had to go to fucking work tonight, so I didn't want to use my energy. So I got screwed on that one. So that's gonna have to fucking wait. But man, I got that 71 iron head that I'll be working on. And it's gonna be for sale, man. It's gonna have a brand new SNS Super E carb on it. And it's tricked out. It's got new pistons 20 over, I believe. 20 over. New pistons, new rings, bro, new tires. Six set of like chino, like short chino, square ape hangers, 12 inches, I think, 14 inches. Nice, tight. Vans grips, um, all black, anodized, master cylinder, like I said, it's a 71, so the shift is on the right, brakes on the left, drum brake, which suck, but it gets you stopped. Anyway, that's a local runner. You know what I mean? The one I got, the fat boy I got, I plan on throwing my new friend on the back of that thing for sure. She knows who she is. We're gonna enjoy that thing. That thing's like riding a fucking Cadillac. You throw some, even the driver, it's not bad. But you put somebody on that pad on that second seat on top of that fender, right where that suspension hits. Shit, it's like riding in one of them 100 grand Mercedes SUVs, man. You ain't feeling a bump. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. We're looking for the weather to change, right? All the holiday bullshit's gone. Now it's time. Now it's time to pay the bills off, right? Get it going again. Save up for next year, and we can blow it all again next year. That's what it's all about. It's a fucking rat race. And goddamn, sometimes I'm tired of it. But what are you gonna do? You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going for the loved ones, right? If there weren't any loved ones, who knows? Maybe I would have ate a fucking bullet years ago. But you don't want to do that. That's stupidity. Men don't do that. Cowards do that. You do whatever you gotta do to get by. Stay positive, right? Happy vibes, man. Happy vibes. It's not gonna always be easy. It's not gonna always be fun, you know, but you don't have to feel like shit every day, ever again. Okay? So just keep it at that, guys. Right? All these feelings or whatever you have, it's temporary. Temporary. It goes away. It goes away in time. You start getting shaky, you start getting antsy. You want a little booze, you want a little hit, or you want a little shot, you want to shoot a little dope or something like that, and it's starting to get to you. Fuck that, man. Put headphones on, read a book. Uh, you know, I loved I love the audiobooks. I mean, at work I'll throw an audiobook on, and if I'm working on something that really doesn't take much thought because I've been doing it for so long, I throw that bitch on and I listen. So anything you need to do to get through, you guys get through. 'Cause that's the point, is to get through. All right? Doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank or anything like that. You just, live life, as proper as you can. You know, as men, that's our duty, to help out the elderly, the challenged, um, things like that, guys. Right? So, hey man, I appreciate you guys joining me for this quick last minute thing. Um, so with that, I think we're gonna kick it back. I think we're gonna kick it out and say good night to you all. All right. But like I said, man, Tucker Carlson Network, great podcast. All right. Don't forget. And even for him, subscribe on his ass. Fuck me, right? But for the podcastrophe, for the addict, like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Dags and Uncle Randy's new gig, La Familia Dags, but it's spelled with a G, like a true guinea, right? So the Cousines are probably going to be on soon. Um, Me and the Duke Amboy tried doing a show yesterday. Major audio issues. So Duke Amboy's back in town. He wanted to do a show. Um, so that's it, man. All right, we're gonna throw this outro out there and appreciate it, guys.